Sorry. Cannabis. Yesterday, I spent a whole day without smoking cannabis. Well, not in the way that I would usually. And I woke up drenched in sweat this morning. I can only conclude that that is due to the activity in the astral realm. Cannabis is for everyone, but it's not forever. Like heaven is here. We don't need to induce it. Essentially, right? Getting high, heaven, head. Opening a channel to receive information for enlightenment, but if you rely on something when it's not there, what then? If we're getting high, to avoid reality, to escape reality, it's not a sustainable life, because then you are living and not life, and that's not the same thing. You can't live. Can't just keep going back to a world where cannabis opens up the perception of how we see the world. It's a very safe space, cannabis. But if we disempower ourselves by needing something else, it's like the equivalent of just trying to live in a cave so that you don't have to be participating in the world. The collective noun for a group of Rastas, for some reason, is a grounding. Because they need each other's presence to stabilize. I think it's because humans called God the Most High and then deemed that a challenge. It truly is a sacred medicine. It's very sensual. It's like a hug from Mother Earth. But we are Mother Earth, and we are capable of hugging ourselves. Cannabis helped me to be alive, stay alive in a world which is decaying. Ultimately, my soul doesn't want to be dependent on anything in this life except God. So, false gods, idolatry, have to go. I don't know how I am going to transition out of the life that I have lived whereby cannabis was an everyday necessity. I don't necessarily know that I have to. We're entitled to our rituals, but smoking anything has its physical implications. I'm not trying to fine-tune my body and become ultra fit, but Smoking anything is going to disturb the natural, organic way that we breathe. Brings deep wisdom, does cannabis, but if we can't ground it into practical application of the reality, then it's just shouting into a tunnel. Like the speed and the sound picks up, but then it just dissipates and becomes nothing. The life that we live. Any addiction, we can call it that, because it's a disconnection from ourself, splitting off. Is a call for connection. Connection is the opposite and the remedy, the medicine. Cannabis has been my best friend. I've connected with her. But for every interaction with a plant spirit, there's an exchange. That's why there's a felt deficit. That's why people get the munchies, right? Because ultimately they need to introduce density to ground themselves. Like getting lost in thought, just being in our head. It's not grounded at all, is it? I've got so much respect for cannabis. But how much respect for myself? How much love for all of my needs? Cannabis has helped me to be fixed in the spiritual as opposed to the mental or the physical. But the triangulation must be balanced and harmonious. That's why people lose their minds, get diagnosed as being schizophrenic and all sorts of stuff when cannabis is so heavily present. It's a battle between the part of us that is then convincing us that we need cannabis and the truth of the matter that somewhere we are stronger than we know. Cannabis saves lives. I'm not theorizing. I'm stating as fact that the molecules in cannabis actively heal the body. I have a theory about my own personal experience, and that is cannabis is mother's milk. Also the physical act, right? The lips, smoking, anything. The lips are one of the most sensitive parts of the body. So cannabis nourishes me on some level where I have felt a deficit in life. But cannabis is not my mother. I am. The ways in which smoking cannabis regularly slow down the flow of my prosperity are that it demotivates me to move. Because it greatly assists the process of observing thoughts. Anyway, so it doesn't even make sense to be moving around and smoking. But if I make smoking a joint the highlight of my day and just do it repeatedly, not much actually gets done. And I'm not saying anything is bad or wrong, or just our awareness changes. I don't know how, or when, or if. Truly, genuinely. Cannabis will ever exit my earthly life. But it stopped me ending mine. That's a fact.